This na Euro 2020 Special review from Football Republic. Right now, we did the quarter-final stage of the competition. So we go want to take a look at some of the games we don't go down, some of the upset, the shocking results will don't happen, especially from the round of 16 games. We just conclude. Surprisingly, some teams make them to the quarterfinals. Surprisingly, some teams like defending world champions, they don't knock them out. Surprisingly, some teams like World Cup finalists, they don't knock them out. And surprisingly, some teams like the 2014 world champions, they don't knock them out. My name is Sawadino. I get Timmy, I get Swore, and then go check out on top this Euro 20 special edition. We know say the teams to make them out of their groups. We can get teams like Wales, we get teams like Italy, we get teams like Austria, Denmark, Netherlands, Belgium, Portugal, Czech Republic, even Croatia, Spain, France, and Switzerland. Not forgetting England, Sweden, Ukraine, and Germany. Now the teams will qualify for the round of 16, and all these games they don't play their round of 16 games. So we'll take them one by follow. So all the first two round of 16 games, we'll see Wales against Denmark. Denmark from losing their first two games of the Euros Championship. Of course, we know the issues around Christian Eriksen and the beautiful news where they come out from that story. Denmark then turn their tails around, lose their first two games, win their last match, qualify for the knockout. The first team in the history of Euro Championship to lose their first two games, win just one match, qualify for the next round of the competition, and now they don't progress all the way to the quarterfinals, courtesy of 4-0 demolition of Wales. So we'll take that game back to back with the game between Italy and Austria. Italy will get a 100% record for the group stages, without conceding a goal, enter the knockout stage against Austria. Struggle, played out goalless and complete 2-1. Austria can become the first team in 11 games to breach Italy defense. So we'll take those two games. One, Wales and Denmark. How Denmark don't turn around their fortunes, and then Italy and Austria.
I will start with the fact, say, if you they come up for life, the first time when we say you they hear about Denmark, you always hear about the Great Danes. And this Euro 2020, as far as I'm concerned, it makes sure still we understand, say, when they call the Denmark boys the Great Danes, not be just for their size, but also for their strength of character, because it takes a lot. Take a guy like Damsgaard. Damsgaard is just a 20-year-old. He had to step into the place for Eriksen, and he don't give us a mammoth performance already. Assist to his name, goes to his name. He keep his head on his shoulders, and they provide stiff competition. So I like say they get their head in the game. They'll be one of the dark horses because of the way they play. They play with a lot of intensity. Not only Czech Republic now don't see when we say match them on that dark energy intensity. When they play you, they always be like say, not be just say they're hungry, but it be like say something extra they drive them. And it's always when we day for Timmy Sejat and they go tell us say they call them the stuff in your basement. When we say nothing they happen again, you have to dig really deep. So credit to their coach, because I'm not sure say now even formation when in carry come, now in that they use now. What did they just use now say, guy, make una not disgrace us now passion. And, passion might only take you so far, but so far in this journey, they don't enter quarterfinals. And you know what? A team that plays intensely and with focus like Denmark, they give them too much chance on the ball. They were the ones that really played one of the gang pressing when we say they expect from the Germans, and they kept it for long.
All right, we could just sharply go to the Italy and the Austria game where Italy beat Austria 2-1 to qualify. Sharp.
I'm not gonna lie you. This was nothing to say. We already know about Mancini and the technical Sabinus. Him be one of the guys when we say they change something in football right now. Most times, as far as I'm concerned, most people they carry their team. They be like, okay, team A 11 on points. These other ones they be palasa. But Italian squad now the depth of the squad and the fact that if he changed the game on the head.
All right, fantastic. So Italy beat Austria 2-1, and of course Denmark beat Wales 4-0. And just like Swabin talk about the travel itinerary of Wales. I mean, one of the players come out complain about the structure of the tournament. Remember, say they played the tournament across 11 cities, and some teams don't benefit from playing all their group games for home. Teams like Denmark and Italy. No surprise you see them progress. Now, just for the round of 16, where Italy travel go Wembley, go play their match for London, and Denmark themselves. Now, just for the round of 16, where they travel go Amsterdam for Holland, go play their match after they don't play all their group games for their home ground. To me, we will look at the games between Holland and Czech Republic, and of course Belgium and Portugal. Netherlands, of course, then lose 2-0 against Czech Republic. That game turned on its head the moment where Matthijs de Ligt get that red card, deservedly so, and then Belgium themselves they beat Portugal 1-0.
I think for the Dutch side, they get problem with facing organized team, and once they don't face organized team, I don't know if I go remember that match they play against Ukraine after they score their 2 goals, they concede 2 goals. So for me, they get problem in the sense that when they face organized team, it always be very, very hard for them to break that team, to be able to show forth, especially the likes of Wijnaldum, Memphis Depay. They no go feel can show forth for all those kind of games because by then the opponents they play go don't choke them. Now what we experience against them and Netherlands, and for the life of me, them and the Czech Republic. Czech Republic, as we know them, they no get that star man apart from Patrick Schick, where we say don't they score plenty goals for them. They no get that star-studded side. Where we say you go expect individualities.
Like
from
back
them.
in the day, we could look at.
Yeah, where we say you could exactly 1 or 2 players or 3 players. Where we say go be star boys there. But this time around, they don't really get that star-studded side, or they don't get that stars for inside their midfield attack or even defense. Patrick Schick, now this competition, they make us even they shine the lights on them because of the goals when they don't score, and now because of that wonder goal against Scotland. No, don't forget. Yeah. So for me, I feel say. First off, the man, Frank de Boer, he get him wrong. In the sense that after you collect red card, there are things that we say normally you're supposed to do almost immediately when you collect red card. You don't do them.
Well, but he make a substitution immediately. He switched to 4 at the back. Can't introduce Quincy Promise.
Yeah, that's the point. See, normally because he later they talk and because they talk this thing now based on what he use his mouth talk.
Yep. Okay.
Say before they chop the second goal, say we want switch to 3-3-3 formation, and that would have been sweet because by then you go fit cover yourselves for every angle of the field from attack, midfield, and defense. You'll get people to mark for you, people to run around for you because you don't do 1-man shot. Now what you get. So I feel say. Tactically, they get problem, and also the players don't rise up to the occasion after delete, collect red card. Yes, blame deletes for all the life of me, unprofessional of him. You dey lose ball, you lose guard, the player don't beat you, you use hand collect ball. I understand, but the fact still remains: say players, we don't see players stand up, rise up to the occasion when they 1-man down. You understand? And the Dutch side, people they expect say 9/9, their first group stage matches. They get all the 9 points. They score plenty goals. Going forward, they score goals. Dumfries, they score goals. Memphis Depay, they create chances. Wijnaldum, they score goals. They create chances. So you expect, say, they will be free flowing as usual. But then they come meet that side. They will say they are block formation. It is tight. You can hardly break it, especially if they play that tip-tap football. We say, or the Johan Cruyff kind of football where they try to implement. So for me, I feel say in as much as red card play a part in their demise in going out. Also,
he said demise.
Yes,
now the demise.
Because the tactical inputs where we say you go expect from Frank de Boer, you know put him.
Okay.
Maybe he for put him, but
he say no get him. When Mourinho bad that time, I say na bad man.
Wait, he say he want Putin player to come make a 3-3-3. Yeah. It will make sense. But then, even at that, in as much as you don't collect 1-man down, there are ways to buy it. We don't see teams go 1-man down and they still come back. You understand? So,
okay.
But serious worry for me for the Dutch side. I expected them to go far.
Sharply, they don't move. Belgium won Portugal 0.
Well, for Belgium, they only play first half. That's the truth. I don't know whether Portugal they sleep for first half.
Portugal they unlucky for the second half, yeah?
Yeah, Portugal were very unlucky. At least that game, like everybody they talk, is supposed to enter extra time. At all, we say too. But for me, I feel say Fernando Santos also gets blamed for this part. See, there are some players who say, say, once the chips are down, let me talk like one of my guys. He say once the chips are down, you bring out the chicken.
I tell you.
Shout out to you, Puja.
By the way, I see when he bringing you are Felix. I couldn't tell myself, say, you are Felix did this tournament.
Exactly. So see the man we bring in later, Andre Silva. Yeah. Fantastic player. See what he do for that second half. Running around, creating space, causing wahala, making sure say the defenders were working over time. Vermaelen worked over time based on Andre Silva. So you come on and say, why take so long in bringing that kind of a player when you have him on the bench? So my worry so far for the teams who don't come out, we talked about the Dutch side, Frank de Boer. Tactical lapses. Yeah. Now they talk about Fernando Santos with Portugal. Tactical lapses. Because for me, once things don't they work, Diogo Jota was not working from the first half. He was just running helter-skelter. Bernardo Silva said, same thing. You understand?
Yeah,
so
those two
the only
were-
person who was trying to marshal things for them, especially in that first half where we say they were not too buoyant, now Renato Sanchez.
Yeah.
You understand?
Renato.
After then, second half come. After they chop goal, they can't step up their game. We expect, okay, finally they'll get goal. But the luck of goals, the god of goals was not on their side.
Yeah.
But I still blame the coach. This kind of times, you go bring in your best players. You go bring in your best players who say they will feel create and they will feel score goal. Andre Silva, he brought him, yes, he later bring him on, but for me, he should have brought
Too
him up
little, too
earlier
late.
on.
Okay.
Bruno Fernandes, for me,
It should not have been
Missing
in
in
that
action for the
tournament at
tournament.
all. At all, I
I
said
don't
that
know.
boy na
I don't
Yahoo.
know.
Na
Okay.
Yahoo
Okay.
because
footballer.
at the point
Euros
in
don't
time,
prove me wrong.
at the point in time, there are places where we say you go expect say Bruno Fernandes, you go reach 18 hard,
Yeah.
you go pass, you go come the fire some kind of unnecessary shot.
The guy
I
who
don't
played this
understand.
tournament
I
to
thought
the
I
best of
said
my
that
So,
boy
so
na
for
Yahoo,
Shabba,
Yahoo
it was just
footballer.
unlucky
For
for them.
want of time, we could just cut this one short. The first set of extra time games we will see coming from the third day for the round of 16. Croatia then played 3-3 with Spain. I mean, then take the lead. Spain come from behind, take the lead 3-1. Croatia draw level, take the game to extra time, and then Spain can score 2 goals. So Spain then wait till their last 2 games, their last group game and their round of 16 game to give us 10 goals in 2 matches.
Yes.
And then the other game we'll see that day, France themselves then played 3-3 with Switzerland regulation time. Then game go penalties. Kylian Mbappe, how Kama they take walk. I mean, this is one of my personal opinion. Kylian
Nah,
Mbappe
bad belle,
can't
they
be
worry.
the man. Really bad belly because I see they look back to that Kylian Mbappe, Olivier Giroud matter. You know when they come to a
Nah,
tournament
come
with
on,
that
my
shoulder,
brother.
you know, with that
That's
shoulder
Asoma.
of star boy. Last now you buy your head in shame now because of you the team come out. But maybe which I won't talk about today. But so just
But you have to
sharply,
ship it.
short.
The first set of knockout games, they were clean. You see, straight outright wins. This last set, when we say we see extra time, and they tell you the signs of the times. Nobody be small person again. I think one of the pundits when we say they talk from Europe, the guy talk and say one of the biggest difference for these Euros now say everybody won't write their country new history for football. France and Switzerland game when we say enter penalties. Man tell you how that game take cast. Switzerland, they had a team. France, for some reason, they become individuals. Because you see that Mbappe story, they laugh about him. But that might be one of the things when we say discombobulate their team. Pavard was not Pavard from World Cup. Pavard could drive. He could be positionally aware. Pavard, they make mistake when they say, enough even make for Team B for Bayern Munchen.
To me, it's coming home. It's coming home. If I say don't they come home. If I say don't they come home, truly, then put behind them the 1996 Wolves within so far in the hands of Germany. Of course, Gareth Southgate, the man who missed the vital penalty as Germany been winning the 1996 semi-final against England for Wembley 6-5. Yesterday, Gareth Southgate now guide England to a comprehensive 2-0 victory over Germany to progress to the quarterfinals.
Why they speak of you up and down?
Sweden then lose 1-2
They confuse
to
me.
Ukraine for the round of 16 games of yesterday. So England finally don't move to the quarterfinal of the competition.
Well, first, make I start with the Ukraine-Sweden game because I feel say football can they very, very wicked for the life of me because at the point in time, I don't believe say, okay, everybody don't sit down, they wait, say, na penalty, this one go fall into last. After Danielson been called a red card for Sweden. Normally, for just they even say, okay, make penalty, just knock one person out. Last minute goal.
Yeah.
Because nobody deserves to lose that much extra time.
Dove big last minute goal. For me, I feel say Ukraine never really show stuff of say they can win game for you outrightly.
Yeah.
They always depend on okay your lapses, mistakes where you make, like against
Spain.
like against Holland.
Holland, okay.
When they play the Dutch side, Netherlands.
Na cunning
Now
team.
mistakes. Now they use fine. But having said that, I feel so they try their best. They utilize the advantage they get. One man above Sweden. And for Sweden, it's a sad one for them. Say they gas come out on that very note. But
Because they were the better side yesterday.
in all games because 2 of their balls hit bar.
Emil Forsberg hit
Forsberg
bar
Forsberg,
twice.
no, Forsberg.
twice. So you want to say now another thing, the rub of the green luck was not on their side also. Then coming to England, Germany. Now one of the things we say you go understand of a coach. One thing I say you get tactics where you want to use. Another thing I mean you get personnel where you want to use them. Now difference between England and France on that day was that the personnel where they use for their formation worked. The one way France used no work. Remember, say France at this tournament they never played 3 at the back before.
They changed
But
it, though.
against Switzerland, they can't change them. They mirror waiting Switzerland they play.
They lose
Go
focus.
play 3 at the back.
They lose focus.
Switzerland chopped them well. chop them well because the three at the back no work for them. You no work at all for them. But check out England. The three at the back, now something we say they don't they use over time. Now they can't get personnel with it do them. Harry Maguire, John Stones, Kyle Walker. These three guys, they play the same team for their clubs. We don't see them play them for their club. Like they don't play three at the back. Kyle Walker, we understand, say he they play three at the back steadily for Manchester City. You understand? So John Stones the same thing. So you can't play these three guys, they understand the game. You can't play two guys that say they understand what it means to be the wing backs. Luke Shaw
and Kieran Trippier.
So see, the team balanced well for England yesterday. There was no way Germany could have found a way around that defense because what did Gareth Southgate do now? Just those wing backs cut out the wingers we Germany could want use because all along for this tournament, Germany had been relying on let's stretch the team. And in stretching the team, England just capitalize on that fact. Say, okay, they always want to play out from the wings. Then close those places, close shops. The midfield they're supposed to use more. They no confident use them because the man we then call
Calvin Phillips
and Declan Rice.
Fantastic. And then the discipline of those guys yesterday, first half, both of them collect yellow card.
Yeah, top
first
notch.
Half. But still, even when Calvin Phillips collecting own yellow card, Gareth Southgate, you could see the expression for his face, say wow. Because Enik Bakam now, one of my defensive midfielders will get a yellow card. But those guys, they held their discipline not to collect any other yellow card till that match ends.
That's how you know how to see a team, a very good team, very, very sound team. Sound team, maybe say first you go understand the tactics we want to play. And also you go get the personnel where go fit play that tactics. Because for me, the people who win that game for England are the midfield and the defense. Like it or not. Yes, Bukayo Saka was fantastic. Sterling was fantastic first half of that game. But the fact still remains, say, those midfielders, they work over time. Make sure, say, the likes of Cruz, Thomas Muller. Because normally, Thomas Muller is supposed to operate well from that midfield.
Exactly. How do you explain that miss? How
deep.
do you explain Thomas Muller's miss? How you go take
very
explain
good.
Him?
See, another thing we must understand, I say, this German team will see, now like this, then be. Sinusoidal wave. Then if he go up today, come down tomorrow.
Yeah.
Their best game we don't see now against Portugal. And now because if Portugal self go play defensive, you understand. So this German team now, more or less, the team will call up Nepa. They go take him, bring him. You understand? So the German team YCSD, I no surprise. Because normally you're supposed to stick with what works. Timo Werner has not been working. Why did you start him?
But no. See, one of their best attacking combinations when they get was the pull, the long range pull when they say, or cheap when they say, this boy, Rudiger, he floats.
Cheap.
He cheap him.
Timo Werner don't always start one match with the first match of the tournament.
If now you get Champions League winners for your squad when they play for England, would you not start with them?
Callum Hudson-Odoi in a Champions League winner.
Tammy Abraham na Champions League.
So
You can't fault Joachim Low thinking for that.
Still brings me back to the point. How does Timo Werner operate? He operates from the wings.
Yes.
And what did Gareth Southgate do? He clipped it.
Cut them off.
Now the same thing they do with Gnabry now.
See, he's not. Gnabry on that. Say Gnabry can always operate from the middle. He can come in from the wings.
That's why surprisingly yesterday Gnabry no play. No start.
Even when he there fit, you not even see him.
The truth of the matter be say Joachim Löw needed some extra bodies like people who go run England, run them around, but he no work because. The guys who were playing three at the back were just positioned, waiting for you to run at them. They will stop you when they need to stop you. Harry Maguire, John Stones, Kyle Walker. They were not running around. The only time they ran around was when they want to go north for front. So for me, I feel say Germans, like up Nepa with them, they were not really reliable. But the English team, they surprised me. In the fact that they played a tactical game where we say surpass the German, and in every aspect of the game, apart from the chance where Muller missed, I don't say Germans really threatening like that.
All right, England don't score 4 goals for the tournament.
And never
3 of those goals from Raheem Sterling don't account for 3 of those goals.
They don't play 4 at the back. They don't play 3 at the back.
Yes, and they never concede any goals. Fantastic.
Personnel, now they dictate.
Fantastic. Maybe, just maybe, it's actually coming home.